Hey, I'm Johnny B, and we are at the 2021 Concealed Carry and Home Defense Expo presented by the USCCA. I'm here with Michelle Serino. She's the managing editor of The One. What does The One stand for?
Women's Outdoor News.
So it's not just firearms, it's all sorts of outdoor stuff. Now, I was on your Instagram earlier today. Y'all do one of my favorites. You also do fishing and hunting, but it's a lot of stuff.
Fishing, hunting, there's even like recipes, crafts, archery, kayaking. I mean, we're everything, anything you can think of.
So what folks at home can't see is it is a wild house out there right now. We've got booths, we've got vendors, we've got the smell of popcorn in the air, which I said earlier today. I'm excited about being here because there's so much to do, but why are you here?
Well, I am here to do a presentation and a seminar, so I will be at the women's area over there tomorrow and Sunday, and then also do a seminar both days. And then I was here to see Beretta's new gun they have, so that's how my day started.
Did you see Beretta's? Now, if anybody at home hasn't heard this yet, Beretta released here in this room, they released their new APX A1 Carry. What'd you think?
Well, I got to shoot it. It was pretty nice. Yeah, I was impressed. We only had 5 shots, but the first one was out, and the next 4 were on top of each other, so I can't complain.
I think, looking at the industry as a whole, I think we're in transition right now. We've got new shooters coming up. We've got people that are taking their own protection into their hands. And like this expo is about concealed carry, but it's also about home defense. And people are saying, hey, I'm going to do this myself. When did it click for you?
Oh gosh, I mean, it's been a while. As a family, we just have always kind of been like that. But you know what really makes it click is watching The Walking Dead and stuff like that. I know, so
For
random.
real? Like really?
Well,
really? I'm going to protect my family because of The Walking
no,
Dead?
but you watch it with your kids, and I mean, I don't want to say it's just that, but all that stuff put together, and you start to realize, like when my kids were in school, I always thought, I'm their only advocate. I'm their protector. I'm the person that's going to protect my kids, their advocate. And it comes down to whether it's in school with bullies or anything like that, but it also comes down to home defense and things. And that's when you really start to see, when the poop hits the fan kind of thing. And that's more of like Walking Dead. It's like, holy cow, everything just fell apart. Now what? And you kind of gives you that mindset that, I don't want to be like a big doomsday person, but it could happen at any time. Or what are the other things that could happen? Who could come to the house? There's a lot that could happen. And I think that's kind of when I started to really concentrate on that.
Okay, so y'all are not just offering recipes and gorgeous pictures and saying, hey, fishing and hunting is fun. You're also like really trying to educate and help people. What all are y'all doing to help average gun owners and average folks just get better at protecting themselves?
So I wrote a series about situational awareness and just different ways to, like, for instance, and this is part of what I'm going to be talking about in the seminar, is most of the people here probably get it, but there's some friends of mine that I have that I'm like, you have zero. Go on vacation with a friend, and she had zero. So I'm like, I wonder how many other people out there are like that. And then I gave a talk at an event. It was an hour-long talk, and that's what I talked about. And and these are like, not Second Amendment people, but just conservatives. And they're like, nobody's ever really talked about that with us. And I'm like, how do you not get that? So it made me realize that people are not always aware of what's going on around them. Whether they expect others to protect them or whatever. So that's where like the education pieces are. I also wrote, like I said, with cooking and stuff like that. But then with one of the sponsors for the column, she wanted to really reach out to women that might be struggling with different things. So I wrote a series on domestic abuse. And it was just a matter of trying to reach those people that need to be reached and maybe saying, come to our page, see these things, and you might get more information about, I might want to try fishing, or I might want to try kayaking. It's finding those niches, or a person that likes hiking might come to see what kind of boots to wear, our little strategies when you're hiking, but then opens them up to the firearms part of stuff like, hey, maybe while I'm hiking, look at this situational awareness. Gosh, I wonder if something could happen to me while I'm hiking. So that's where we try to, like, there's not a whole lot of really crazy technical over the top articles in there. We try to really reach the people that need to be reached to get them into the outdoors.
You've been in the industry a while. Where is the industry getting things right? Like right now, who is really, and maybe not a particular brand, but what are we doing really, really well? I'm going to do one first. I think like over the last 10 years, I think, Kydex really changed things. It changed a lot. We're away from all those leather holsters. Leather's still wonderful, but I think that changed. And for me, getting like a really good belt, like that changed a lot for my everyday carry. And so that's just maybe products is one area where we're getting it right. What's another area in the industry where things are clicking?
Well, this isn't necessarily a product, kind of. So honestly, I carry off body. It's just what I do. It's what works for me. And I believe that there is starting to get, like, a lot of people are bullied that carry off body. I mean, it is, oh, what if this and what if that? And I'm like, I will have men come up to me at a class I'm instructing at and say, can you help me? I really need to get my wife to stop carrying in a purse. And I'm like, well, what is it you want her to do? Well, I want her to carry on her body. And I said, listen, does she carry every day? He's like, oh yeah, always. And I said, well, then that's what you need to worry about, buddy. When she's more comfortable, maybe she'll switch. Not even, you have to be comfortable in the way you carry. And if it means it fits your lifestyle to carry off body, then let them do that. As long as you're training with it, regardless. And I think that's where I'm seeing it start to open up just a little bit in the industry with, you know what, you carry the weight. I'm not going to bully you because you carry in the small of your back. That's your choice. I mean, you might say, whoa, I know this guy that blah, 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 whatever. But I think people are being more supportive of people's choices, if that makes sense.
Even the way you said it, I think that's so well said. Like, people get bullied for off-body carrying. I off-body carry in a backpack pretty regular, especially depending on what I'm wearing.
Right.
And even the way you said it, you said, hey, I off-body carry. It's what works for me. And like, you even are already having to defend yourself, like just on that. And the idea, I know we need to support each other and say, hey, this might work for you, this may work for me, but to say, hey, I want you to go tell that person how they should carry.
Right.
And regardless, I'm not getting in between any husband and wife.
Yeah.
But still, it's a challenge because we have different body shapes and our day-to-day lives are different. And, there's just ways. There's a place in Tennessee where I live that if you are allowed to carry there, concealed carry there, but if it's ever seen, you're fired on the spot. So you can't bend over and lean back and stretch. Anything that you do, they see it, you're gone.
Okay.
Off-body works well at that place of employment. Who are we to look at somebody and say, that's how you have to carry?
Right. And exactly. And that's, we train the teachers, the faculty and staff that could carry in the schools. And they're very limited to, I shouldn't say they're very limited, but picture a kindergarten teacher who is going to carry on her waist, but she has those little kids that, she might be the huggy kind of teacher that are going to come up and hug her. Can you do that? So they need options. And it's the fact of having options available for these people and maybe guiding them towards different options or finding out what their lifestyle is and then trying to help them with that. And it may not mean you carry the same way every day. I mean, I've all heard that, oh, you have to always carry the exact same way because all of a sudden you're going to go for your gun and you're not going to find it. Seriously. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's absolutely a mess. Now, we already talked about the new Beretta that's coming out. You and I both got to shoot it. Very, very cool day. Did you hear they're going to give away a Staccato tomorrow? Have you heard that?
I did not.
In this room.
Can I sign up for it?
I want to sign up for it too.
Do you think we can?
I doubt it. But somebody is going to walk away with a Staccato tomorrow, and I'm like sort of freaking out.
I'm thinking if we did a dance, we can sign up for it.
I think if we dance, we may have a shot. What a bad idea. All right, there's a lot of vendors here.
Yes.
And I know to answer this question, you're going to have to throw a lot of them under the bus.
Okay.
Who are you most excited about seeing?
Oh, who am I? You know what? I saw my friends at Trijicon. So I didn't think they'd be here. So actually, I'm going to have to say that's who I was most excited to see.
That's a great answer. And because working here in the firearms industry, we are not just employees or just working. We live this lifestyle. So this stuff is personal to me, and
Yeah.
I bleeping love Trijicon. And I've got stacks of them.
Yeah, me
And
too.
absolutely love them. I'm going to answer my own question. I haven't made it to the SIG booth yet, but
Okay.
of course you got to stop by the SIG, and we're
Yeah.
leaving a lot of people out.
Oh, yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of good people. But that's the one that I am most
Yeah,
excited
I'm
about.
like looking around trying to see who else
Now, one of the great things about this show is that the people are just great. Like everybody I've met today, we've been here for hours already. Everybody is great. Do you think, because you travel a lot and you're in the middle of this, I think that's one of the good things of where we're at in this industry is it's just good people. And I don't mean that lightly. Like it is salt of the earth, people that care about this country and care about just defending our lives and then protecting the Constitution.
I think especially at this show, I mean, even just looking around right now, I mean, it is down, you're right, it is just down to earth people. There's no like, I don't even know how to, like tactical people walking in.
I am
like
tactical and you know it.
Well,
Well.
you know. You are, I mean,
Well.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
you've got like kind of a beard thing going.
Yes,
and-
yeah,
Do you have any
yes.
tattoos?
No.
Oh, I have a tattoo, so I'm up on that with you.
You were more tactical than I am. All right, but before we press go on the cameras, I was telling you about a friend of mine who's 21. She just
Yeah.
fired a gun for the very first time, and she's taken this stuff very seriously. We've gone to the range several times. What do you have to say? In the last year, more brand new gun owners than ever in every demographic, in every age group. The numbers are rising significantly, and it's the
Yes.
reason I can't find ammo right now.
Correct.
But with all of these new folks that are maybe listening at home, what advice do you have for a brand new gun owner, somebody who just got started?
I suggest you find somebody that has, if you don't own your gun yet, find a friend or somebody that owns a plethora of different kinds of guns, and be able to try the different brands. Again, talking about bullying, don't let them bully you into a specific gun because they like it or a caliber. When you do, make sure you could try it live fire and go through the different ones, and don't understand why you like one over the other, because I know a lot of people will push a certain brand, and it's like, then we get them in a class and it's like, yeah, you suck. But try this gun or that gun. We will offer them 3 different choices so they can find the best one. So find what fits you. Don't have somebody force you into a specific gun.
This has been Michelle Serino, managing editor of The One. Michelle, I'm going to give you the last word.
Oh,
What do you have to say to these
I
folks
do.
out there?
So I
What do
look
you
at
have
the
to say?
camera. I don't know which one to look at. I'm
You
just
pick a
I'm gonna
camera.
look at the blue one.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, no matter what, she always had the power. So you can choose what you want to do to defend yourself and make that choice and take care of yourself and your loved ones.
To everybody that's watching, thank you so much. We've got a lot more to go.